Hey, it's Dr. Brenda, founder of the Gutsy Women Club, full-time RVer, traveling the country with my three cats, financial coach, sociologist. Hey, coming at you today from Watchman Campground in Zion National Park, Springdale, Utah. We're here for another campground review. This one gets 4.5 out of the 5 campfire reviews. Hey, this has been, I'm coming to the end of a 10-day stay. This has just been incredible. This is the best campsite I have had on the road. I mean, I've been out here for 16, 17 months. I hit the jackpot here. This is just a fabulous, fabulous campground. Let me give you some tips before I go into the logistics. Okay, so um, this is like getting a reservation here is kind of like winning a Super Bowl ticket. It is really, really tough. You've got to be online at exactly the hour, the second that reservations open, 6 months in advance, and you got to keep your fingers crossed. So I tried this for my original reservation date and couldn't get in. And just for the heck of it, I tried the next day and I got two sites. So I'm like, whoa, this is so fantastic, but it is really, really tough to get in. What we did the night before is stay at a local campground like a mile up the road, and then just moved on into Watchman Campground. Yeah, so good luck to you out there. It's well worth it. So go after it. Try to get into this campground. Just fabulous, and it's so convenient. You don't have to get in a car and drive any place. Everything here is by shuttle, so you just walk to the visitor center, grab the shuttle. You are good to go. A couple of tips. All right, I wore myself out at this park. Man, the hiking has just been amazing. So I did the Narrows, and for those of you who don't know, you're hiking in the river, in the Virgin River, through canyons. Okay, it's pretty wild, and you might think you can just do it in your water shoes or whatever you've got, but there's lots of places in town, and even going to show you in this video like where you can rent these water boots with neoprene socks and a hiking stick and do it, because it'll wreck up your ankles if you just go in there with low shoes and crappy stuff. So get your equipment, do that. Angel's Landing. I hiked all the way up Angel's Landing. Scariest hike I have ever done. Here's the piece of advice that I wish I went through all the reviews. I've read everything about it. Nobody said this key phrase: keep your walking poles at home. Keep your trekking poles at home. And that would have helped me a lot. There are places where you are using both of your hands to climb up. Use that chain to climb on up there. There's no place for those trekking poles. I got really lucky. A fellow behind me saw how I was struggling and carried them up in his backpack. So if you've got a backpack for that, that's great. But a lot of people, you get up to the part right before the chains start. You'll see discarded backpacks and trekking poles sitting aside. So yeah, it's scary. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. People fall off, and you fall off, you're dead. So Angel's Landing, just an incredible, incredible hike, but scary as all get out. So to those, that's my advice. So let's go into the details of why this campground gets 4.5 campfires. Okay, campsite, like I said, this is just incredible. All of the campsites that I have seen here look very, very level. A lot of times I'll be in a campground and front tires will be way up off the ground, and I didn't see any of that here. So very, very level. I've got a nice gravel surface. I am right by the river. Right by the river, folks. So I'm gonna, keep watching this video. I'll show you which site I'm in, because if you can grab it, grab it. I feel like I totally hit the jackpot. Best campsite in the whole darn park. But listening to the Virgin River go, rumble down as I'm sitting by the campfire. I mean, this has just been an incredible campsite. Restrooms, the thing to know here, folks, is you've got power only sites and some non-power, non-electric tent sites. but there is no water at your sites. There are no full hookups. So you've got the restrooms here. They're clean. They're big. There is a ADA, a larger restroom. There's also a sink right by the restrooms where you can clean up, wash your dishes, do stuff like that. So restrooms are fine. Just understand you better fill up your water tank before you get into the park, or right past the campground. You're going to see a place where right by the dump station you can also fill up, but you got to bring your own water here. Amenities and trails, 5. You're at Zion National Park. The trails are incredible. Safety, I felt safe here the entire time. No problems with that. You've got rangers floating around. Safety, not a concern at all. Cleanliness, this is where they get ducked a little bit, 4.5. There's some maintenance issues. I'm sure that this is a very difficult park to keep maintained. You'll see river access areas that there's a lot of weeds and stuff growing up on the sidewalks. So cleanliness, 4.5 out of 5. All in all, this place is incredible, and think about the value. Now, if I'm driving in, this visitor's lot fills up right away, and you'd have to park in Springdale on the streets and get a shuttle or walk over here, and that can be $30 to $40 a day depending on how close you are to the park. Here, $30 a night for my RV electric site plus the booking fees. You can also get a tent non-electric for $20. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that in Zion National Park. So highly recommend Watchman Campground. If you can get in, do it. Just do it. Okay. Hey, please subscribe below and stay tuned, and I'm going to show you all around the park. Bye-bye. And let me show you my fabulous campsite. I feel like hit the jackpot on this one, baby. It is right along the river, Virgin River. Lots of space. Pull through. Got lots of space for the catio, and there's Ginger, hi Coco, so 2 of the kitties are in there. And check out the view. There's the Virgin River. Big picnic table. Fire pit / grill, also big. But yeah, isn't this an enormous site? This is just fantastic. I have the trail that goes to the visitor park right by my campsite, and so there it begins. Here I am. You're wondering, what site is this that is so super fantastic? I'm gonna show you. It is Site B as in boy, 44. Again, there is no water here, so you've got power hookup here, and the restrooms, trash is over here, and the restrooms are conveniently located right across from my rig. I'm going to show you some other sites so you know how incredibly special this one is. Yeah, not a bad view in this direction. Let me take you in the other direction. Yes, I hear you, baby. And there's the view from the other side of the RV. Perfect. So there you go. That's Site B44. This is a neighboring campsite. It's empty at the moment, so I'll take you back. This is a back-in site. These are all different lengths, different sizes, so you definitely need to make sure you know how big your rig is. But again, you've got the picnic table, fire, the grill pit, and power hookup. So this is a typical space. Now you might want to be careful too, because there are some red ant mounds here and there, so Make sure you're looking on the ground. Check out for those ants before you get yourself set up. But not a bad view, huh? On your way out of the campground, so the check-in kiosk is right ahead of me, and to the right is the dump station. So if you need to dump before coming in or after coming in, you can do so. Let's take a look to see what the water situation is. Since there is no water at the sites, you're going to have to fill up your tank before, and they do have that option here. So you can fill it up before you are entering the campground. Might be a very good idea. Okay, you ready to check out the restroom? This is the one that is closest to my site. There's some garbage bins here. It also says recycle. Please use the station at the campground exit. So there is some recycling, which I'm always happy to see. And nice facility from the outside, very clean. Let's check out one of the restrooms. Very spacious, tile, light. Hi, how you doing, gang? So, changing table too. So pretty good restroom. That is the ADA one. And this is the women's restroom. So you have 3 stalls. Again, there are no showers at the campground, but you've got some pretty decent restrooms. Not bad. And just a tip is that since there are no full hookups here, you don't want to fill up your gray tank, you don't want to use up all your water, there is a place at the restroom where you can wash your dishes and wash things up a bit. So that is very good to know. A little bit of some water spigot here too. So has some facilities. There's also a sign here where you can get area showers. I'm going to show you a little bit about that later on. This is the organized group campground area. It's cleared out today. It's Friday morning, but every night I've been taking walks, and this is generally filled with groups doing their tent camping. So kind of nice to walk in here, show you a little bit more about what it looks like. And that's a big monster fire pit, but this has been pretty full. You can see there's a group in the back there with their tents. So this is primarily your group tent camping. Definitely reservations required. Nice area. I'm headed toward the visitor center just to give you a little bit of idea about parking. If you are planning to have someone visit you or to park in the visitor center lot, I would say if you're not here by 8 a.m. Now today's October 1st, things might get a little quieter as we move into colder weather, but generally if you're not here by 8 a.m. you're not going to get a spot. And so you've got cars just circling around here hoping to find somebody who leaves. And we're now going to head toward the visitor center, and that is where you're going to catch the shuttle. If you want to shop, they've got a little shop store that is open there. As I record this, just note that masks are required on the shuttle. They are required in the in the store park too as well. So and this place has been very, very busy. I'll keep walking you toward the shuttle because I also want you to be able to find a couple of trails that are very accessible to the campground. Visitor center restrooms. And the shuttles are departing every 4 minutes, they tell me. It may look like a long line when you're here, but it moves very, very quickly. So this is the visitor center, and the bookstore, the store, you can get some clothing if you like. Right now it's open till 7 p.m. We also have wilderness permits if you're looking to go on one of the more technical trails and you need a wilderness permit. This is the place to do that. And this is the visitor center shuttle stop. So a large part of the park is restricted to shuttles only, and so you can't get up to the scenic drive without using a shuttle. Again, the line moves pretty quickly. Behind the shuttle stop, you're going to find a couple of signs. You can pick up the Watchman Trail and the Peru Trail. Now, I'm probably mispronouncing that. The Peru Trail is the one that is really great for bicycles, because you can take your bike, including an e-bike, on that scenic drive. You just gotta make sure that you stay out of the way of the shuttle buses, but it's a paved walking, biking trail. I walked it, and the bus stop up on the top is closed, so had to walk to the next bus stop. You might have to turn around, but this is where you're going to find some of the trails. The Peru Trail, 2 hours round trip, 3.5 miles, and there definitely is no shade. So, and that is the bridge heading into town. And a side note, there is a water bottle fill up right behind the shuttle stop. I was looking all over for it, couldn't find it. Here's the shuttle stop, and there's the water bottle fill-up station. Now there's a really nice gate here, the area to get into town, and it's going to be right along the river. And so from the campground, just follow the Virgin River and you will find this. Now, one note is, once you exit, you are exiting the national park. You want to come back in, make sure you have your pass with you, or you're gonna have to pay again. They may not let you in. So just a word of caution, once you exit, you are exiting the park. So make sure you've got your stuff with you so you can get back in.
Hold on, Pat. Huh?
So we're gonna walk over here. I've got some tips for you. And there you go. Here's the Virgin River. You're crossing over. This is the closest outfitter. They've got bike rentals. Here's the important thing. If you are going to hike the Narrows, so the Narrows, you're walking in the Virgin River, I highly recommend that you rent the shoes, neoprene socks, the walking stick. It comes as a kit. Again, I'm here October 1st, so it was about $32, but you're gonna need those. Believe me, you're gonna need those. So here are these are what the water boots are looking like. Your feet will get wet, but they will not get cold. And your ankles will be supported, which is maybe just as important because you're walking in rocks, in water, and it's pretty treacherous. You want a shower? I'm going to show you where you can find that too, right behind Zion Outfitter. By the way, you may have to go into the store to get a token if the credit card machine does not work. So here are your showers and laundry. I'll walk you down here. Some lockers if you need to rent a locker. So this is the token machine. Again, my credit card did not work, so I went upstairs to buy a token. But this is your token credit card machine. Showers are $4 for 5 minutes. $5 is plenty. And there is also a laundry down here. So you can do your laundry. It looks like it's $4 for a load. $2.50 for the dryer. Showers are hiding right behind the corner, at least for the women's showers. And these are quite nice. So you're gonna have a full shower, put your token in there, that gives you 5 minutes, and things are pretty clean in here. So this is a really good place to grab a shower. Definitely the closest. Clean, $4 for 5 minutes. Not too bad. Men's shower on one side, women's shower on the other side. There's a nice trail that winds right next, parallels the Virgin River. And as you walk from the visitor center to the campground, makes for a really nice walk, but you're also going to come upon the amphitheater that is in the campground. There have been ranger programs here many nights, not very well attended. It's been chilly in the evenings, and I suspect, like me, everybody's kind of tired out by 8 p.m. But check to see if there are any ranger programs. And this is the amphitheater, if you can find it. Again, right by the river. And in fact, just for kicks, why don't we go on a journey along the river? The other thing you're going to see here are mule deer all over the place. Of course, now that I wanted to film one, there are none around. There are also warnings because they don't care about humans. So they'll come up very close to you, and some of the mamas have been known to go after the humans when there's a baby around. So just be careful of the mule deer. The other thing you might want to keep an eye on, and this was true for me when I went up on Watchman Trail, which again, that's really easy to get to from the campground. There's a little loop up there, and I was about to take a step up, and there was a tarantula on the steps. So be careful of that. Some people have reported seeing the bighorn sheep up there. I did not while I hiked, but got lucky enough to see the tarantula. So again, this is just a really Nice little path back to the B as in boy section of the campground. And if you are lucky enough, maybe you will snag my site, my beautiful riverfront site, and come out of the trail and find your own vehicle, your own RV sitting here. So again, such a sweet, sweet location. They clearly had some tree damage that they have left quite a bit of the shrubbery aside, but you've got a great river view. There I am.